Welcome to Terror in Bloom, the podcast that brings you voices from the first wave of the novel coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic from Maryland and across the U.S. On episode 3 of Terror in Bloom, one interviewee will discuss how she and her husband first discovered they had COVID-19 and the recovery process.
Attention! Shelter-in-place orders are in effect for Maryland.
So we really pretty much, it never even gave it a thought that that's what we had. Never even entered our mind that, because of all the stories that you hear, everybody's side effects and everything, the headaches, every bone in their body aches, so we didn't have any of that. So it didn't even cross our mind that that's what it was. I just thought I had a bad cold, and the cold hit me that way, and I wasn't eating, and so it just made me weak, and, never even gave it a thought that we had COVID. Never even entered our mind. And the doctor even said that, he says, oh, don't listen to all the stories. You guys are going to be fine. Don't listen to all the stories that you hear out there. He says, a lot of them aren't true. And so anyway, so we're lucky. We got through it, and but it took me a while, because I was we walk every day. We walk, we take a 3-mile walk at least a couple times a day, and we have some hills around us. And one day I said, all right, I'll walk, but I can't do a hill. And so I knew I still wasn't up to where I normally would be. I said, let me take it easy. Let's just do a mile walk today. So it took me a while to build back up to, where I am now. It took a while. I don't know. So it was a few weeks of all that. Well, the first week when we wasn't feeling good, and then the week or so after that. But so it took a while for me to get back my full strength. And that was with a mild case. I can't imagine some of these people that have really been hit, that have been in the hospital, for weeks at a time or longer, on respirators and things like that. I can't imagine. And all the nurses and doctors that are out there, I can't imagine how they feel about things. And they've been doing excellent jobs everywhere, and they've been away from their families, their friends, everything for quite a long time. Everybody has to keep them in their thoughts and prayers, because that's really been tough on them. I know they're doctors and nurses, but boy, they didn't sign up for something like this. And we're just grateful for all of them, really. Everybody in the medical field, all of them. And I think that's how they're doing it here, too. But we're into phase 3, or part of phase 3. But 4, I don't think they'll go into that I don't think they're planning on anything like that until there's maybe a vaccine or something like that. So I don't know. But I mean, it's affected everybody. Everybody's been affected by it, whether you get sick or you didn't. We had a class reunion this September. Yeah, we had to cancel that. And I'm like, oh man, I was really bummed on that. We had to cancel that, put it off till next year. We'll see how that goes. But I mean, everybody. I mean, families. Girls that are having weddings, that have planned their wedding for a couple years, had to cancel it. So there's been so much going on all over the place that it's hit everybody somehow. People that have lost jobs, people that are lucky enough to work from home. So it's never thought I'd ever see anything like this. I think we had a mild case of it, and we're back to how we were before. I've heard cases too where people haven't completely recovered, or they lose their sense of taste and smell, and it's not completely back yet, and things like that. So, but we didn't have all the symptoms like people have, the aches and pains and the headaches and stuff like that. But we're in Massachusetts. It's not a hot spot now, but in the beginning, when all of this started, Massachusetts, I think, was like maybe the 3rd worst state. I think New York and New Jersey were right up there. They were like 1st and 2nd. I think Mass was the 3rd one. And when all this started, we were in Florida, so we're like, look, we don't want to go home, But anyway, it's not a hot spot now. It's pretty leveled off. The numbers are, pretty low. The governor that we have in Massachusetts and the mayor we have in Massachusetts, they've been great. I think they've been doing an excellent job in trying to keep people safe. And masks are mandatory here. The businesses are starting to open, churches, restaurants, but to limited people. So right now, Massachusetts is pretty good. We're fine. Both my husband and I both had tested positive, and we're both fine. Yeah, we're both fine. Oh, and through it all, I lost weight. So, I can't think of any. Actually, because I don't even know anybody else other than my husband and myself that have had the virus. I mean, it's just. I think my son's mother-in-law. Oh, I don't know. She had like a cold, so she went and got tested. And I don't understand all this either. She got tested, and she tested positive twice. Then she got one back again and tested inconclusive. I don't know what that means. I mean, it should be either positive or negative. I don't know what inconclusive would mean. And then I think she tested positive again. So now this has been over like a month. So I don't know. But I haven't talked to my son about it in a while, so I don't know.